Hi, I'm Chef Troy Ellis, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, we're talking breakfast, but specifically, we're talking pancakes. I absolutely love pancakes. They're one of my most favorite dishes of all time. I actually can remember when my mom used to make them on Saturday mornings. Me and my brothers would run downstairs. I mean, she couldn't make them fast enough. And honestly, pancakes were the very first dish that really pulled me into cooking and wanting to be in the kitchen. I wanted to know how you made them. I wanted to know the different ingredients you could add to them. I just loved everything about them. And I just wanted to always eat them. I wanted them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So today, it's an ode to the pancake. So we're gonna do pancakes, but we're gonna do it Chef Troy's way. So we're gonna make a ricotta buttermilk pancake with caramelized peaches spiced with cinnamon and nutmeg, a little brown sugar, and we're gonna finish it with a maple butter. Just a little bit of melted butter with some pure maple syrup. It doesn't get any better than that. It's a simple, classic dish with a little twist, as I say, kicked up comfort. Okay, so we're gonna now get ready for our batter. And when I make pancake batter, I do it in two steps. I make our dry ingredients first, and then I do our wet ingredients, and then we combine them. So in here I have a cup of all-purpose flour and a cup of cake flour. I like using cake flour because it has a nice light texture when it comes out. It's nice and fluffy. So to this, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of sugar, a pinch of salt, a tablespoon of baking powder, and about a teaspoon of baking soda. Give this a quick stir, get it all incorporated. Next, we get our wet ingredients. All right, so now we get our wet ingredients. So what I have in the bowl already is about 1/3 cup of milk. I'm gonna add a cup of buttermilk, 2 eggs, some melted butter, and don't worry about the measurements. All this will be on my blog, the recipe, so you can get this later. And about a teaspoon and a half of vanilla extract. We're gonna give this a quick whisk. Now we're gonna combine this with our dry ingredients. All right, so we have our wet ingredients here and our dry ingredients here. So what I'm going to do is just slowly add our dry ingredients to our wet ingredients. Let's give this a quick mix real quick. One thing with pancakes, you don't want to over mix your batter. Lumps are okay. So you want a nice consistency to our batter. It's coming together nicely right now. Just trying to get it all nice and incorporated. Actually, when I was in 6th grade, I had a project where you had to do a presentation on basically how to perform a task. So me, loving the cooking and loving to be in the kitchen, I did a presentation on how to make blueberry pancakes. My mom took the pictures on our old school Polaroid camera, and I presented it in class, and everyone loved it. I mean, I remember that project. It was absolutely fun. I don't know if the pancake came out 100% tasting great, but I had a great time doing it. And that's when I really knew that I really loved being in the kitchen, and I really wanted to be a chef. So now that our batter's together, what we're gonna do is add a little bit of ricotta cheese. Ricotta cheese is a creamy, kind of grainy cheese made actually from the byproduct of making regular cheeses like mozzarella, provolone. It's made from the whey. So it has a slightly sweet taste, so that's why it's used in a lot of dessert applications. So I'm gonna add about a 1/2 cup of ricotta cheese in there. Just fold it in nicely. One thing I love about this pancake is that when they're done cooking, sometimes you're biting into them and you get a nugget of just creamy ricotta. It's just delicious. And there we have it. Our pancake batter is done. We're going to put this in the refrigerator to rest for a second, and then we're going to work on our peaches and our maple butter. Now that we got our pancake batter together, we're going to work on our peaches. It's a really, really simple way to do our peaches. So we're just going to take about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, not a ton, and a bit, pinch of nutmeg. And all we're gonna do is just fold this all together and just get all the spices on our peaches. And there we have it. That's done. We're gonna take this over to our stove. We'll saute this in some butter. We also have some melted butter here. We're gonna add some maple syrup to, and then we're gonna have a maple butter coming together, and then we'll go to the flat top and get our pancakes cooking. So what we have here, we have our melted butter for maple butter, and then we have our pan with a little bit of melted butter for our peaches. As you can see, the milk solids are starting to turn brown, which is lovely because we want a little brown butter to it. It's got a nutty flavor, a great flavor with our peaches. So we're gonna add our peaches to that. Give it a quick stir. And let that just caramelize. Now, with our butter here, it's melted. So what we're gonna do, while the peaches are caramelizing, we're gonna add a little bit of pure maple syrup to this, about a cup or so. And what we wanna do is just let this come up to temperature, and the butter and the syrup will incorporate together. And then we'll be ready to put our pancakes on the flat top. Now that we got our maple butter together, our peaches are caramelizing, it's time to add a pancake batter to the flat top. So I'm gonna take a little ladle of our pancake batter and just make a nice, even pancake right there. All right, and we'll check it on these in a second. All right, now our pancakes are done. I'm taking them off our flat top. This lovely three cake stack here. As you can see, our peaches are done, and our maple butter is pretty much come together. So I'm gonna bring everything over to the table, and we'll plate it up. So we have our pancakes done. We got a lovely 3-stack pancake here. As you can see, our peaches are done. So what I'm gonna do is just take some of our peaches here and just nicely put them on top of our pancake. Don't worry about if they fall over or fall on the side. Hey, we're gonna eat them all together anyway. So I just take a little bit of our peaches, and I'll spill on the side there, a little bit more. I like extra peaches on mine. Then what I like to do is take a little bit of powdered sugar, hit it with a little powdered sugar, and there you have it. And then what we're gonna do is, usually I'll serve it like this, and then I'll take a little bit of our maple butter and just spoon it on top and around the plate. And there you have it. Buttermilk ricotta pancakes with caramelized peaches and maple butter. Thank you guys for joining me. You can find this recipe and all my recipes on my blog at choicetaste.blogspot.com. If you need to contact me for any catering needs or private chef needs, you can find my information at www.choicetaste.com. See you next time when we kick up a classic.